Welcome to the Carlson Wireless Technologies Quickstart video for our Trailblazer product. In this video I will be demonstrating the first steps towards installing your new product. I'll be using a rack mount base unit as well as an outdoor tower top CPE unit to demonstrate the bench test procedures. Before we begin this demonstration, it is important that all technicians that are handling the equipment are properly grounded to prevent any ESD, meaning electrostatic discharge, that can potentially damage the equipment. There are wrist straps such as this, as well as heel straps that can be worn on your shoe. Wearing these straps will guard against any static electricity transferring to the equipment. When you unpack your system, you want to visually inspect the enclosures and all of their contents. You want to make sure that nothing has been damaged and that everything was received. If any of your equipment does appear to be damaged, then you need to contact your shipping carrier right away. Your order is also going to come with some accessories, all in a bag, and that'll include the CD, the Quickstart guide, the GUI cable, and your test antennas. The tools that you will need to bench test your system include a PC running Windows 2000 or greater, as well as a serial port or USB to serial port adapter. You'll also need an 1/8" screwdriver, a voltmeter. If you're using a plain old telephone system or POTS system, you'll need telephones and telephone cables. If you ordered a lease line system, you'll need a tone generator or equivalent equipment. If you do have Ethernet with your system, you can connect your PC directly to the remote unit using a crossover cable or adapter, and you can also connect the other end to a network device such as a router, hub, or switch, or you can connect it directly to another PC. Connected to a network, you can test your connection using a website like speedtest.net. So if you've ordered a power supply with a backup battery system, you're going to want to fully test that system. The battery should have a reading of 12 volts or better. With your voltmeter, you make sure you get your polarity correct and test the battery. You should be getting a reading of, as I mentioned before, 12 volts or better. If you are getting less than 12 volts, then your battery is going to need to be charged. After you've tested the battery backup system, go ahead and plug in your units and install the test antennas and graphical user interface cable. If this is your first Trailblazer system or you're using a new computer, you'll need to install the graphical user interface or GUI. The GUI can be found on the CD that's included in your accessories bag. Once installed, go ahead and open up the GUI program and select the COM port that the unit is connected to. Your system has been pre-configured, so no changes need to be made unless you're instructed by a Carlson Wireless technician. In the GUI for the base unit, you'll want to click on the Status tab. For a point-to-point application, you'll need to select CPE 0 in the CPE selection field. The signal strength with most applications should be 20 or better. Be aware that systems on the bench will have a slightly higher reading than systems installed in the field. If you have a POTS system, test the active lines with the telephones. For an outdoor unit, the connections are found on the top board, and for a rack mount unit, the connections are found on the back of the enclosure. If you have a leased line system, test the audio signal using a tone generator or equivalent equipment, and then test the E&M circuits on all active lines. As mentioned earlier, you can test the Ethernet connection using a website such as speedtest.net. Remember to use a crossover cable on the remote end. If you have purchased your equipment from a dealer, please contact them for your technical support needs. Customers who have purchased our equipment directly from Carlson Wireless can reach our customer service department Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Our number is 707-822-7000. We can also be reached toll-free at 1-800-834-2076. For email support, you can send your inquiries to support@carlsonwireless.com. Thank you for choosing Carlson Wireless Technologies for your wireless communication needs.